Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review and demo on the new L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. So if you guys want to hear my thoughts on this new foundation, please stay tuned and keep on watching. Alright guys, so we're going to get right into talking about the foundation. This is what the packaging looks like. Super cute rose gold mirrored packaging, and I just love the way that it looks on the front. The label's really cute. I instantly was drawn towards it and wanted to pick it up to try it out for you guys. So on the front it says it's the L'Oreal Paris True Match Lumi Cushion Buildable Luminous Foundation, and the shade that I picked up is W2. I decided to pick up the same shade as my regular True Match, the one that comes in the liquid formula in the bottle, because a lot of people were saying that this foundation oxidizes a little bit and it gets a little bit darker, and it did on me. We're going to get into that in a minute, but talking about the packaging first, super cute. The back is just white, and when you open it up there is actually a really nice, you guys can see me, a really nice mirror. It's actually like a really nice mirror. Like when you look at a mirror it looks really crisp and clear, and I noticed that in certain palettes and stuff. So basically that's what it looks like. It comes with a little puff. It says L'Oreal on it and has a little handle. I haven't used this with the foundation, to be honest. I'm not really crazy about these because they soak up way too much foundation and it's just going to waste your product, so I'm not really a fan of that. And it just comes with the empty space where the foundation goes. So if you were to have this like in your purse and you were touching up with it or whatever, for whatever reason you had it in your bag and you like wanted to take off your lashes or something, and then you could pop them in here and they wouldn't get damaged because there's a nice little well, which is a really good idea, and I'm glad that I thought of that. But once you just pop this out, it shows the foundation. So this is what this shade looks like. I would say that it looks a lot darker in the pan than what it comes out on the skin. So I'm just going to press my finger a couple times. This is what it looks like, and when I swatch it, it pretty much blends right into my hand. My hand is a lot darker than my bare face, so it blended in perfectly. And so far I've been loving it. I've used it with a brush and a beauty blender, and I like the way that it applies with the beauty blender better. And I'm just going to go and close this up because it will dry out if you leave it open. So that is a little bit of a con, so you just have to make sure that you're closing it properly after every single use, just to make sure that it doesn't dry out. But anyways, talking about the foundation and my application, I've worn it a few times in the last week, and to be honest, the first time that I tried it I absolutely hated it. I think it was because my skin was a little bit freaking out and it was a little bit more dry than usual because of the weather, and my time of the month lady showed up that week. So yeah, I hated it. It looked like crap. My skin was just eating up the foundation. You could barely see my contour or my blush or my highlight on my face. I don't know what it was, if it was the foundation or if it was my skin that day, but I've never seen that happen before. So yeah, I just wasn't impressed with it. I was ready to write it off and not even bother with it, but I decided to give my skin a break, you know, cleanse it out. I used my Glam Glow mask and hydrated it really nicely, and then tested it out again another day, and I loved it. This is what it looks like now. I just applied it about 20 minutes to half an hour ago, and then I did the rest of my face, and this is what it looks like when it's just fresh. As you guys can see my blush and my highlight and everything. I'm in love with it so far. This is one of those kind of foundation that looks better as it wears. So when I first put it on, I actually don't like what it looks like. It looks really wet and shiny. It almost makes me look greasy. So I actually didn't set any of my face besides my nose. You guys will see that in the demo, but yeah, nothing is set. I feel like, considering that it's a luminous, it says it's a luminous foundation, it dries pretty matte on me, and I have combination oily sensitive skin and a little bit of dryness in my cheek area, but I feel like it looks pretty matte. Like the only places it looks luminous is where my highlight is. So if you have super dry skin with dry flaky patches, I probably wouldn't recommend this foundation for you, because when I had my drier skin at the beginning of the week, I hated it. I did not like it at all. So keep that in mind. If you have drier skin, then you might not like this, unless if you can get your skin super moisturized and let it last through the whole day. So definitely some good oil or skincare will definitely help with that. But if you want to take the plunge and go and try it out, that's totally up to you. And if you're okay with spending the $20 and not working out, then that's totally up to you. But if you have more combination oily skin, I think that you would really like this, because even though that it's luminous, it's still drying matte, like I said. So I actually really like the way that it looks, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Obviously, I'll show this in my favorites in the future if I'm still wearing it, but I've worn it a few times since I've gotten it, and like I said, the first time I hated it, and now I'm actually really liking it. I like this formula better than the actual True Match, the liquid foundation. I feel like that one was super dry on me. I'm gonna have to give it another go. Maybe my skin was just reacting funky, and I'm trying some new skincare stuff, so that is helping also. Oh, and also I did not do anything different in my skin prep routine. I did all of my skincare, and all I used was my Smashbox primer water, which I always use, and you guys know that I love it. So that's all I use as my primer. If I'm feeling like super oily one day, or I'm going out to like a wedding, or I have a special occasion to go to, then I will go in with a primer like Makeup Forever's smoothing primer, or like a mattifying primer. But most of the time, usually my Smashbox primer water does me justice and it's good, and my face lasts pretty much all day. So that is a good thing. So if you guys are looking to pick out your color, L'Oreal is really great with having a color for almost everybody's skin tone. They have a really big range from porcelain to dark skin tone, and they have 3 different categories. They have warm, neutral, and cool tones. So there's 3 different options to choose from. I went with warm because my body has more olive skin, or olive undertones, and I get kind of neutral sometimes in the winter time, but right now I'm pretty, like, I have a lot of yellow in my skin, so I went with the warm tone. And if you are a cool tone, that would mean you're going with more of a pinker tone foundation. So if you have more pink undertones, then you're going to go with something that's cool toned. And if you're kind of in between the yellow and the warm and the cool tones, you're going to go with the neutral line. So definitely keep that in mind when you're picking out your foundation. And if you guys can find places with testers, that would be ideal. But I know a lot of drugstore places don't have testers, which completely sucks, especially if you're spending $20 on a bottle of foundation. But I'm sure a lot of drugstores like Walmart and stuff, or not drugstores, but places that sell this. I know Walmart has a good return policy where you can bring it back and you can exchange it. So that was good to know. I didn't have to change mine, thank God, this time around. So that was good to know. Alright guys, so I've already prepped my skin with all of my skincare and everything like that, and I went in with my Smashbox primer water like always, and we're going to go right into the foundation. Today I'm going to be using my beauty blender with the Lumi Cushion foundation, and this is the best way that I've found for my skin type to apply the foundation. So I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like. It comes with the puff. I've never really tried it. I'm not really crazy about these applicators. So basically when you open it up, it just looks like this, and I'm just gonna dab it in to the product, and just with a couple dabs grabs quite a bit of product. So we're just gonna get right into it and apply the foundation. Alright guys, so I just wanted to talk about coverage for a second. I noticed with this foundation in particular, I actually got quite a bit of a medium coverage, which I was actually really surprised with. I put on about 1 to 1.5 layers. I only put more product onto the areas where I felt that I needed it, and I got a pretty good coverage for every day. If I were needing something with more full coverage, I would definitely use something else like my Maybelline Fit Me or Makeup Forever, but this was great for every day. Alright, so I just finished putting on about 1.5 layers of the foundation. So as you guys can see, it's pretty luminous still. So I'm going to go in with the rest of my products. I'm going to be going with my usual Sephora Collection concealer, and next I'm going in with my MAC highlighter in Radiant Rose. And now I'm going to go into my Laura Mercier powder and just set my under eyes. Alright loves, so I've just finished putting on my powder to set my under eyes, and I put whatever was left on my beauty blender to set my nose just because that gets the most oily, and the rest of my face has no powder on it whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face and come back and give you guys my final thoughts. Alright my love, so that is the entire video. I hope you guys enjoyed this new video on a new foundation. I'm dabbling into more drugstore and definitely want to try some foundations. If you guys want to see any other reviews, let me know in a comment down below. Even if it's high-end, any kind of makeup, if you guys want to see me review it, let me know down below. I love testing out new makeup, and I'm glad that I didn't do a first impression on this foundation because I would have automatically hated it, and I probably would have returned it and not used it again. So I'm glad that I tested it out a few more times and I love it now. So you guys will be able to see in the photos that I insert what it looks like with flash photography as well. And I'm really glad that there was no white cast. So now that this outro is getting really long, thank you guys so much for watching. Please thumbs it up if you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah! Bye!